for today is how to maintain your self-worth. What do you think about that topic? Huh? That's a pretty good one, isn't it? What do you think?
I think that's a good one.
All right. What do the words self-worth mean to you? What does the word worth mean to you? I think self-worth is probably the most important factor that any human being can have.
Valuable.
The word worth is valuable.
Valuable.
It's meaningful. It matters. Am I right so far?
Right.
All right. And, you know, without a sense of worth, without a sense of value, that you matter, then you can't possibly develop a sense of esteem and dignity. This is just how I really think about it. So, what is your self-worth, and where do you think it comes from? It's like you plant this little seed of self-worth. Have you ever really done a personal exercise that you can say to yourself, why do I matter? You know, I've had a lot of seniors over the years that when they retire or when they're finished raising children or, you know, when they're not able to do all of the great things that they did when they're younger, glory days, they say, my life doesn't matter anymore. That is really a pitiful comment, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay? So what makes you matter? What gives you worth? This is personal to each of you. Why do you matter? Why are you worthy? Oh, this is good. Chocolate chip cookie time. Never fails. 10 minutes.
Well, it's accumulation of a lifetime of thinking about what you're like and what you've done. And I think you just accumulate that.
Yeah.
Things to
It's
add up.
cumulative?
Yeah.
It can be cumulative. I think the young pops, they really don't think about their sense of worth, right? They have esteem and dignity because they're young and they're healthy and they're accomplished and they're able. But lots of times when you get into more your senior years, and particularly when you're dealing with the nonstop, daily, round-the-clock challenges of disease and disability, it can really impact your sense of worth. And it really is a cumulative thing. You know, that I think that's when I say what's so great about growing old, what's the answer? What's the one word that you gain only, what's the one thing that you gain only through life events and experience? Tell me it. Wisdom. And what is wisdom? What you get? Okay, then let's answer me with what my question was, right? What is wisdom? It's knowledge. It's accumulation of life experiences. It's like you want to teach a child or a grandchild, you know, please do it my way because I tried it your way and I guarantee it's going to fail. Will they listen? Never. They have to do it their way, right? And then they realize, I'm wrong, mother or grandmother was right. They will never tell you that.
Well, that's part of wisdom, is knowing how to deal with it.
Knowing how to, yeah.
Another one of the values that I see in old age, which is, I'm not too crazy about it, but you can give an example to your children of not giving in, children and your grandchildren, that you're not going to be plowed under by life and the inevitable.
Because you survived, right?
No, it's how you survive.
How you survive.
Question of courage and continuing to enjoy life and not getting bitter and negative, and by showing them that life is worth living at this age, you give them the courage to go on. Because if you recall, when we were young, we had a lot of bad moments, at least I did, and you wonder which way you're going, are you doing the right thing, and so forth. Life is never easy at any age, but at least when you get this old, you can give them an example. You know, it may not be true, but it's something you can give them.
Exactly. That's very well spoken, beautifully spoken. Actually, I think it's why I think seniors and more mature people really need to be listened to and valued. Because you're right, it's how you go through life and how you respond to things, and the choices that you make along the way. So many times in life we come to a crossroads, right? And you can go the easy road. I always say the right road is always the rough road, am I right? And it's true, when you live long enough to be a parent and a grandparent, your children hopefully will look up to you, and your grandchildren will hopefully look up to you because of the way that you handled the life events along the way. And most of us have had very many serious challenges, I'm sure. I've had my share. All right, we've all had our share. And when you look back, you say, well, maybe I could have done this one different or that one different. But on the grand scheme of things, I did all right because it brought me to where I am today. Now, how does this, so when I say to you, how do you validate your self-worth? You answer me, what makes you worthy? What's so great about you? What gives you worth as a human being and as a human life, and as a member of a family, and as a member of the community, and as a member of mankind? What gives your life worth? What is it?
Joy in living.
Joy, enthusiasm for life is huge. It's so sad when you see people going through life with no joy, no enthusiasm. They're just kind of drifting, you know, with no passion. They're just pretty much existing. And particularly with Parkinson's disease, hi Joni, I didn't know I see you over there. Particularly with Parkinson's disease, for you to be able to stand up and gracefully deal with it and live with it nonstop, you have to have a sense of passion and enthusiasm and joy for life, because it's very easy to give up. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now you got to work on that. You have to work on that joy for life, because like I always teach you, you know, you wake up in the morning and you can say, I can face this day any way I choose to do. I choose to be apathetic and negative and lazy, all right, throw in the towel, or I choose to get up and force myself in that shower and get myself dressed and get myself engaged in life and put on a positive note and make a difference in the lives of the people that cross my path. There's a huge difference, right? Whose choice is it? Yours. But Parkinson's disease is not a disease that you are going to deal with unless you have a sense of confidence and esteem and worth. Because what happens when bad things happen to you? And it's very easy to have worth and to have esteem and to have confidence when everything in life is just ducky, right? You know, I look along the decades of my life, you know, it was real easy. I just really thought I was the cat's meow and I was doing well and succeeding and everything was just honky-dory. But when things got a little bit tough, I wasn't so sure, right? Pete, what did you want to say?
Well, I was going to say I'm very fortunate. My self-worth, where it comes from, I've got one of the best caregivers in the world, and I take care of her, so it's kind of a mutual respect for each other. Jen needs help sometimes, and I'm there to help her. That gives me self-worth. And I need a lot of help, and she's there for me.
There you go, the partnering in life. I think the ability to help others is huge. You know, doing for others, being kind for others, making a positive contribution in the life of someone else really makes your life matter, makes you worthwhile. But I will share with you that your self-worth does not come from somebody else. Where does it come from? Inside of you. So you can have the most wonderful husband, wife, caregiver, adult children, friends, and the list goes on. But they cannot give to you what you need the most. And that is self-worth. And from self-worth comes esteem and dignity. Right? I have this thing that I figured out along the way, because I'm always thinking. You know, when I think about what really does every human being need to be happy and to achieve some sense of peace in their life and emotional wellness in their life. Well, what do you think those four things are? This is the law according to Marilyn, but I think it's pretty close. What do we all need, I think, more than anything else? Love. There's our favorite word again. You know, we want to be loved. And when we're loved, you know, it's an automatic assumption that I'm worthy because you love me. Right? Mm-hmm. We don't want to be hated. We don't want to be left out. We want to be the kind of a human being that is lovable. And what qualities make you lovable? It all comes back to you again. What makes you worth loving? I always say when I teach professional women, create a person that you can fall in love with. So what qualities do I want to see in you?
Dependability.
Dependability is huge. I need to depend on you. It has to do with the word integrity. What does the word integrity mean? Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, or find someone equally as capable to do it for you. Am I right?
Yes.
That is your integrity. When I say to my children or my family or to my members here, I'm going to do this. I said I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. All right? Now, if I get hit by a car, I can't do it. But I'm going to send Dusty to do it, who is just as good as me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to be a no-show. I'm not going to say, forget it. I'm off the grid. Integrity is huge if you want to be loved and respected. What else? Dependability. The word dependability that Barb said was, the ability to depend on somebody else is just so critical. It gives you a sense of peace that I know if I need someone, they'll be there. With no excuses, right? All right, what else do I want to see in you that makes you lovable?
Respect.
Yeah, well, respect is my question and my answer number 2. We all need love, so be lovable. Have integrity, be dependable, be honest. If you're going to lie, keep your mouth shut. Simple as that, because it's no good. Right? If you can't tell the truth, don't say anything. All right? Be trustworthy. All right? This is characteristics, then a personality in a human being that makes you worthy of the love of another. You can't say, love me, I'm your mother. Respect me, I'm your mother. Right? You ever heard those words? Silly. Kidding me? Okay, so we all need love and we all need respect.
Responsibility.
Yeah, be responsible. Be responsible, absolutely.
How about comfort?
Okay, so I'm getting all confused with all you people talking back to me. You know how I get with my brain here. All right, we need love, we need respect. And if you want respect, you're going to be respectable. All right? I think we all need understanding. I think it's very important in life that you have people in your life that truly understand what you're feeling, what you're going through, right? People that automatically know by osmosis or by spirituality or whatever it is, that people, you can see it, and not to be mundane, but sometimes you can see it in a simple dog. I've had so many members say to me, my dog knows how I'm feeling more than my husband. Forgive me, fellas. But you know how they have that little sense that you're doing well or you're not doing so well or you're upset or something like that.
Yeah, they know the minute they see you.
They know the minute they see you, exactly. But we always want to be understood, and this is very difficult because a lot of times you have to understand and you have to explain what you're feeling. You have to communicate what you're feeling for the other person in your life to truly understand what's going on inside of you. All right? Love, respect, understanding, and we all need support. This is critical. You can't get through life by yourself. You can never be successful alone. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
I learned it a long time ago. You think you're going to pull it off by yourself, you can just forget it. And the more you reach out and ask for help and support from other people, the better you're going to do and the more successful you're going to be. I learned that a long time. The more you give away, the more you get. All right? Now, love, support, respect, and understanding. Are you going to get a daily double dose of that from the outside world every single day?
No.
Lena, I respect you so much. You're just the nicest, finest lady I've ever known in the entire world. And Stan, I love you so much. Love, 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 kisses and hugs. Okay? I'm here for you. I support you. I'm going to come home and clean the house. Are you getting that every day from outside here? All right, they're the 4 things that you need for esteem and for worth. They're going to come from inside of you.
Right.
So when I say to you, love yourself, you're going to be able to love yourself if you're working on all these qualities that you need to be lovable. And you just rattled all of them off to me. And they're all good things, aren't they? And you have the choice. This is the other thing about life. You have the choice to create whatever person you want to be. But the more esteem you grow, the more confidence you grow, and this is how I relate it to Parkinson's disease, the better you're going to be able to stand tall. All right? So you love yourself, you respect yourself. You should have a huge love for yourself because you're worthy and an extraordinary human being. My caregivers, you should love yourself for the great job that you're doing, the selfless task of loving care that you're giving. Okay? Respect yourself because you're worthy of respect. Understand each other, okay? And support yourself. All of these things that you need, a daily double dose, you must give yourself. Because the outside world isn't going to stand in line and hand it to you on a silver platter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, definitely.
Okay? So realize that you matter. You might not be making all the great, huge contributions to mankind that you did when you were 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. But you're still making a huge contribution just because you're here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome. Come on in. Oh, okay.
I was going to suggest that it seems to me you can't just sit around loving yourself and being worthy. I think it's very helpful, no matter what age you are, to be committed to something.
Right.
Whether it's basketball or golf
Exactly.
or politics or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not talking about conceit, or self-absorption. I hate somebody that's conceited. I just don't like it. I just don't think anybody has the right to think that they're so great. Okay, but it's right. You're exactly right that you need to be committed to something to really be able to say, I really matter. So what are you committed to? What are you committed to at your age as a Parkinson patient or as a caregiver? What are your commitments in life that really make you matter? Your relationships are critical, are they not? And we're here to make a positive contribution to the lives of the people in our life. A positive contribution. It's not our right to negate another human being or to bring them down. It's our job to promote them and to bring them up and to encourage them to do better. That gives you worthiness if nothing else, all right? Because the world is a very difficult place. The challenges that seniors face and the Parkinson patients and caregivers face every single day are huge. And you need all the uplifting and the promotion that you can possibly give. It's very important that we talk to each other kindly. Right? If you're not going to say something nice, say it, Lena.
Don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything because, sticks and stones, right? I never got that when I was a kid. Never figured it out. And always remember that you can't unring the bell. Once you say something that hurts, it hurts, doesn't it? Don't say anything nasty to me. It hurts me. Sticks and stones will break your bones, right?
Never goes away.
But words are worse than somebody taking a whack at you because it's demoralizing and it's demeaning and it's hurtful and it questions your self-worth. You see? Puts you on a slippery slope. A person's mean to me. That person doesn't like the way that I looked. But it's so the other thing too, that the harder you have it in life, the stronger you can react any way you want. Some people cave with adversity. All right? With me, the more I get, the tougher I get. The stronger I feel, the more empowered I get, the more focused I get, the more challenging it is for me, the better I do with it. And I don't know, it's just my personality. Okay, after I get mad, I settle down, and then I turn the negative into the positive, right? But anytime that you relate to another person, it needs to be positive and dignified and respectful. This is very important with the patient-caregiver relationship, with the husband-wife relationship, with the parent-child, with the colleague to the colleague. You know, that your job is to make them feel good and to feel better and to feel stronger and to feel more worthwhile. All right? How many of you are doing that? Agree with that? I would like to see 100% of the hands up, if you don't mind. Atta girl. Wave it around, sweetie. Okay. So it's very, very important during the course of the day that you give yourself positive affirmations. You know, I thought they were foolish as well. But you can say to yourself, oh, good job. Or, you know, I really did this and I really did it well. You see what I'm saying? And that's your sense of pride and your sense of esteem. So don't take the shortcuts. Don't take the easy path. Don't take the wrong path because it's the easy path, because the right road is the rough road. You got me? But the more that you face up to the challenges, and heaven alone knows that every minute of every day you've got a challenge come up in front of you, right? Like what? Just waking up in the morning for some of you to get out of the bed is a challenge, right? To do a task of getting dressed, doing morning care, grooming. It's a task, isn't it? It takes so much energy, so much more time. You're moving a little bit more slower. You don't have the dexterity. Things that people take for granted is a major feat for you. Is that discouraging? Does that work on you? Huh? What are some of the things that you think about when you say, why is this so hard? Why is it taking me 30 minutes when I should be able to do it in 3? How does that affect your sense of self? Kind of tarnishes a little. It's huge. It's huge because, you know, I always say and I've learned this over the many years in healthcare, you know, that you can take a human being, man, woman, any age, with an esteem of a 10. You know, you have an esteem because you don your self-esteem. It's easy if you never have a problem. But your esteem is challenged when you're challenged, right? When you're starting to rock because life is taking whacks at you, your esteem is not on solid ground like it was before. But your esteem, when you're happy and healthy and able, is up here because you're able to do everything, right? And esteem usually in America comes from accomplishment. I can do it. I have succeeded at this. I am capable of this. I am this level on the career ladder. All my kids turned out great. There's your esteem feeding, right? But when you have negativities and challenge coming at you day after minute, what does it do to your esteem? A diagnosis alone will bring an esteem from a 10 to down here automatically because you're being shaken. You're being shaken. Your esteem is being threatened. Your sense of self is being threatened. Do you agree with me? Yeah. So you have to constantly work at feeling good about yourself. And this isn't something you can do every Tuesday and every Thursday. This has to be an ongoing effort daily to work on how you feel about yourself, to work on making the good choices, right? So what are the challenges that you face? What in your life is impacting your sense of esteem and confidence? How many of you have a confidence level of a 10? Go Carol, she popped right up here. Why would you not?
I have everything I need here.
Oh, she's got everything she needs. If everybody had a thought like Carol Marcus, I get news for you. And I'm very proud of her. She's humble. She's generous, right?
I would be if I could be.
You are. You are. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be little, the best that you're able of doing. You
I
know?
really like people.
I know you do. I know. Lynn is trying to hire you as an assistant. She came to me and said she wants Carol Marcus as her assistant. I said, forget it. But she wants to help us all the time. You see what I'm saying? It can just, I think it needs to be to the best of your ability that qualifies it, right? So even some of the things that you used to do so great, as long as you have a passion to do it, as long as you're trying to do it, as long as you have the grace to realize I can't do it anymore, I have to let it go, that's huge qualities, is it not? So how has your sense of self been altered? Either my patients dealing with Parkinson's disease, or my caregivers dealing with a major lifestyle change. How has it affected you?
Takes chips out.
It chips away, doesn't it? It's like, what else can go wrong, you know? What next? It's a horrible feeling to wait for the next shoe to drop, right? You know that saying? All right, I made it this far, I'm waiting for don't live like that, waiting for the next shoe to drop. Take what you've got today. But the huge physical, emotional, mental challenges of Parkinson's disease does chip away at you, doesn't it? So how do you manage to deal with it day by day? What are your coping skills? What are your coping skills when I say to you, I want you to wake up every day, and I want you to be enthusiastic, and I want you to be positive, and I want to be your best, and I want you to be courageous and dignified and worthy. How do you do that? Is that an easy feat? Don't you wish there was a multivitamin that included that? Yeah. Pearly pink pill. It'll be so easy. But see what I'm saying to you now, this is work. This is one more thing that you need to do. Because you don't live well with Parkinson's disease on your emotional knees. You know, they say bad things happen to good people. You ever heard that? Mm-hmm. It should be good people have bad things happen to them. See the difference? You're good people, but you've been given a dose of difficulty. So how do you keep going? How do you stand tall? You know, I've taught you over the weeks and over the years, you know, this is a disease that you stand up. You've got to stand up and face life and love it for what it is. Is that easy?
No, it's not easy, but life goes on and you need to be...
You need to go with it, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'd rather be over the hill than under it. Yeah. You got to stand up, strong and dignified, grateful.
Yes.
I think gratitude is very, very important, that you really are grateful for this day. It might not be everything that you had hoped it would be. Is life today exactly like you planned it?
No.
If I gave you a couple other choices, would you pick this one?
I don't know what the choices were.
I was waiting for somebody to back-talk me, and I knew I could depend on you, mister. Depends on what the choices are, right? But everything is relative. You know, sometimes we think, oh my goodness, I have such a challenge. And the simple words like it could be worse is not making trite of it, but heck, it could be, right? It could be a lot worse. All right. And so I think the key is to maintain esteem and dignity and confidence and pride in yourself is to be grateful for what you have. It's very important, you know, that you live in this moment and that you really pay attention to this moment and to this day and really focus on what you have and not so much on what you've lost. You know, if you spend this day, you know, kicking and stamping your feet because you can't drive anymore or you can't do certain things that were so important to you in the past, then you're missing this wonderful day and all the nice things that you could be enjoying and achieving at. But this is a conscious decision that you have to make. What do they say? Settle with the past. You know, if you haven't settled with the past, you need to. You know, because if there's something back there that's really negating your life and upsetting you or whatever, fix it if you can, right?
Definitely.
Fix it if you can, whether it's a relationship or a situation or whatever. If it's something that's making you unhappy or negating your thinking or denying you of peace of mind, then fix it, all right? Engage in the present. It's one thing why Parkinson Place is so important to you, because you can come here, you know, Monday through Thursday nonstop and engage in life and engage with people and share yourself and help each other, all right? And always believe in the future. What does the word believe mean? I used to say hope for the future, but now I switched it to believe in the future. What do you believe in the future? What does that mean to you?
I wish I could figure that out.
Yeah, me too.
The future ain't what it needs to be.
Anyway, the future ain't what it used to be. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? So what? Tomorrow's nothing but a guess. I keep saying that to myself. So, you know, for us to sit and ruin this beautiful day, or to lay in the bed in the darkness of the night worrying about what might never come tomorrow is foolish, isn't it? How many of you worry? How many of you worry? Other people don't worry. Not a worry in the world. I think worry is sometimes, I don't know, part of the human spirit. I don't know. I never knew anybody that never, ever, ever worried. What do you worry about? What, honey? Paying bills. You worry about the finances. Many seniors are on limited incomes. You worry about financial responsibilities. Very, very important. What else do you worry about?
The progression of the disease.
The progression of your disease. We really don't know what Parkinson's is going to do in your life, and you can't really compare yourself to anybody else. I told you that psychologist that I heard speak a few months ago, he said worry is pseudo-control. All right? You worry about it, worry, and you're going to impact the outcome. You know, the story, the example he gave, the mother was sending her son back to college, and he had to fly, you know, into a snowstorm to get home in time. And she was mortified and worried, and she worried all night that the plane would go down, right? And so the kid takes off. He had to go back to school. They go up, you know how they go way up there, and it's sunny and bright and beautiful, and then the 2 seconds it comes down and whatever. So he got home, and he got home beautiful. He called Mom, and he said, oh, he's no trouble at all. You know, it was a great smooth flight. And Mom thought, because she worried, he got there safe. So the next time he flies, she'll worry again. You see what I'm saying? It's pseudo-control. You worrying in the privacy of your heart and the privacy of your mind isn't going to change anything. You got me? It's only going to make you sick and make you stressed and make you negative and make you, you know, uneasy. All right? Give it up. Give it to a higher power. Chuck.
There is a difference between worry and concern.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
If you hold a concern,
Mm-hmm.
that means your mind is going to work on it, and you're going to find a good or a bad way, and you just take the direction that you can get.
And you have a means to do something about it.
That's right.
Right? I am concerned. Good point. Excellent. I am concerned about my Parkinson's disease progressing. That's a legitimate concern. Okay? Your answer to that is, okay, but I'm going to eat right, and I'm going to go to just the right doctor, and I'm going to exercise, and I'm going to do stress management, and I'm going to stay engaged in life, and I'm going to do my hobby, and I'm going to try. You see the difference? Than sitting belly up in a recliner and saying, I'm worried I'm going to get worse. See the difference? So now we're going to use the word concern. You're concerned about your finances. You're concerned about your health. You're concerned about maybe one of your children or your grandchildren. Number one concern for seniors is their health. It's on the top of the list. I'm worried about my health because aging is nothing more than wear and tear. We're wearing out, gang. You know? How many steps did these knees take us, right? All right, and how long has your muscles and your bones held you up, you know?
How many times have you worried and nothing happened?
I know.
And then you tired yourself out worrying.
Yeah, it can really spoil and ruin the time, doesn't it? Yeah. So try not to worry, you know. And the other thing too is you can work your mind. You know, the big thing, it's an exercise that I learned a long time ago, you can be consumed with worry and with negativity and with things that there's really nothing that you can do about. So, and this leads to stress and depression and illness, okay? So no matter what you're thinking, no matter how thin you slice anything, you can flip it over. So if you find yourself consumed, obsessing over worrying about your disease or worrying about money that might not come or worrying about a granddaughter passing her boards, which I know she's going to do. You see what I'm saying? You focus on a positive thought process. You know, we're going to have a party when she passes her boards, or, you know, it's going to be fine. I'm going to budget and everything's going to work out all right. And I have a good doctor, so I'm not going to worry about my future. Do you see the difference? You can train your brain to think in a way that's positive and nurturing for yourself as opposed to destructive and worrisome and unhealthy for yourself. Do you want to hear what I'm saying? You flip it over and you just stay with the positive, stay with the good memories. If you're all consumed with negativity, take yourself away, you know, to a wonderful memory or a wonderful reality of being with someone or a good time or whatever. Do you see what? Because you can only think one thought at a time. The brain can only handle one thought at a time. If you can do more than that, let me know. Only one thought a minute. So you say, I choose to be happy. I'm not going to let this consumption of concern and worry make me sick, keep me up all night. I'm going to think about something that's positive and pleasant and happy for me. See the difference?
I'm waiting for my birthday.
Are you waiting for your birthday? When is it?
I don't know. I forgot.
She forgot her birthday. I have to. I think with the membership. I have that on your membership card. Did you notice that we put that on? Birthday. All right. How many of you can say, "Man, I really celebrate life. I am grateful for what I have today"?
Yes.
Please do. Please do. Focus on what you have, not on what you've lost, because you do lose a lot, you know, with Parkinson's disease. Like what? Here come the keys again. My number one answer. My driver's license. I'm not going to even talk about it. What else? Needlework. Lena did love to do her needlework. The little, the cross stitch. Some of them. And it's hard now, right? It's hard.
Can't thread the needle.
Lena can't thread the needles anymore, all right? Well, that might have something to do with the beautiful aging process as well, you know, with the dexterity with your hands, maybe a little arthritis, your vision's not as great. We can't blame everything on Parkinson's disease, but Lena does have a tremor, so that, and those little things, I don't know why anybody, I mean, I would love to see some of your work, but those little minuscule little, I'd be a nutcase. And Lena can't write. You know what happens with a Parkinson micrographia? That you start here, and then you don't have to put a period at the end of the sentence, do you? There's a perk. We don't have to put a period there, because by the time you're done, fun with Dick and Jane, the E is like this. It's just happened. So if you still want to do writing, print, get yourself or, you know, the ruled paper.
It doesn't help.
A typewriter doesn't help. I don't know, we're all electronic. A typewriter, a laptop, you know, your computer at home, little tablet. All right. For every problem, there's a solution. You just have to find it. And the other thing, too, is you have to be acceptable. You have to be acceptable. You have to be able to say, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I guess I'm not supposed to do it anymore. I love to do it. I did my share, right? But I can't do it anymore. So now what can I get into next? What can I learn next? Or what can I enjoy that my body and my mind's going to allow me to do? That's the graciousness of accepting the aging process and accepting the fact that Parkinson's disease puts some functional limits on you. If you don't accept this disease, you're not going to get along so well with it. And you're better off having a positive approach to it, having a partnership with it, than fighting it. Because you'll lose. You hear me? You need to tolerate it and accept it and be patient with yourself, and you'll do fine. But it's all how you approach, you know, what you've been handed. It's all how you choose to play the cards. All right? What else have you lost?
Spontaneity.
The spontaneity, the impulsivity. You know, it's great to be impulsive. It's good to be quick. You know, I think I'll run here, I think I'll run there, I get an idea, I'm going to do it. It's easy, it's fast, it's effortless, all right, but not so much with Parkinson's. You know, it takes a long time to prepare to go, it takes a long time to get to the car, you might have to wait for a driver, then you have the effort of getting in and out of the store or wherever else you're going. So you say, oh, well, it's I guess it's easier to stay home, right? Do it anyway. Okay, the spontaneity, the impulsivity of being urgent and being fast and making it happen. Well, there's nothing wrong with being slow. It's okay. But do it. Be very careful that you don't find it easier to stay home. Be very careful that you don't find it easier not to get dressed in the morning. How many of you are up and groomed and dressed at the breakfast table?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, darling.
I see. I felt the eyeballs.
Getting up, getting groomed, getting dressed makes you feel better, right? There's power with what's looking back at you in the mirror, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I look awful, right? Or, you know, or somebody knocks on the front door. You know, and you're under the bed because you look awful.
You need to make your bed too in the morning.
Make your bed in the morning. I always taught you that. You get up, you have that routine in the morning. Because if your environment is organized, so is your mind. My Nana always said, make your bed, the whole room will look cleaned up.
My used to tell me you get in the bed, you get out of it in the morning, you don't get back in.
You get out of it in the morning,
And you don't get back in.
and you don't get back in. Well, that's a point. You know, if you're ill, you know, that's part of your sleep hygiene. You know that your bed is for sleep. You know, your bedroom is for two things, and you all know what they are. Sleep is one, and you know what the other one is.
What's the other one?
Sex. Okay, so hygiene says, you know, no TV in there, no radio in there, no computer in there. You go into the bedroom for those two reasons only. Everything else you do in the rest of the house. With me so far? Okay. Now I'm thinking about sex up here, and I'm forgetting about what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm simply saying is, with regards to making the bed, not getting back into the bed, if you're more comfortable at rest, taking your nap times, your rest periods, laying down in your bed as opposed to your recliner or the sofa or whatever, that's fine. But you want to get up, get dressed, have a routine, have an activity, you know, eat your breakfast. And being up and dressed also will give you a sense of esteem that you're up and groomed. You're ready for the day. Somebody calls and says, let's do this. You're ready, right? You don't have a second thought, oh my goodness, I look terrible, it's gonna take me an hour and a half to look like something, so I'm gonna say no to a great lunch date, okay? All these little perks matter to you. So how do you wake up every day empowered and enthusiastic? How do you maintain your sense of worth and esteem and dignity as a sensational senior living every day with Parkinson's disease? Give me some good answers.
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude, number one.
Find something to look forward to.
Find something to look forward to. That's why I love those month-at-a-glance calendars. You know, you put those wonderful things on there, and it's great. Even if you flip a couple months in advance, you know, down the line you're going to do this, or someone is coming, or you're going to have a birthday party, or have a main event coming. Project yourself forward. Always have something in your life to look forward to. It's very important that you celebrate life. And you can celebrate in the simplest way. You know, it's Tuesday, it's sunshiny, I think I'll just go see if the Gulf of Mexico is still there, right? Simple, but joyful, okay? Positive attitude is everything. What else? Something to look forward to.
Keep in touch with your friends.
Keep in touch with your friends. Surround yourself with positive people. The people in your life will make or break you. You know, people that are nurturing, dependable, loyal, positive, believe in you, love you, you know, that is your fortress, really, truth be told. All right? If there's somebody in your life that's very negative, that stands for things different than what you stand for, you don't need that. There's only enough time and enough room for X number of people in your life, right? Good people. So the people closest to you, you want them to be the best. And you be that kind of person right back to them as well. What else? That's key. Positive people around you.
Go dancing once a week.
Go dancing once a week. Are you a dancer?
That's everything I can do without falling down.
Do you like to dance?
Mhm.
We dance here. She goes dancing once a week. I think.
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Oh, well, there's dance classes around town. We have one here and there's another one downtown. You can dance. Absolutely. And you don't have to go out to dance. I know that the friends dance every morning. They've been dancing every morning before breakfast for as long as I've known them. Right? That's why we always dance. All our special events, we dance, right? And you can dance in your mind. You don't have to dance on your feet. Right? All right. So, how many of you can say to me, Ma, I'm going to work at loving myself and feeling good about myself and being grateful for my life and doing my best today? How many of you can say you're going to really work at that? It's easy, isn't it? It should be fun. This is quality of life. If you don't do this, if you don't sidestep and step over the challenges and the obstacles, you don't have to go over them. Sidestep and step over. I sidestep all the time, right? But your life matters and this day matters, and your life matters. You're here for a very, very good reason, okay? So make today matter. All right? That help you?